नीलकण्ठ भालनेत्र भस्मभूषित सुन्दरा पाहि मां करुणाकरा गिरिजेश ओंकारेश्वरा शङ्करा चन्द्रशेखरा गङ्गाधरा सुमनोहरा पाहि मां परमेश्वरा मृत्युञ्जय विश्वेश्वरा ताण्डव प्रिय जय नटेश विश्वनाथ महेश्वरा पाहि मां अभयङ्करा व्याघ्रचर्माम्बरधरा शङ्करा चन्द्रशेखरा गङ्गाधरा सुमनोहरा पाहि मां परमेश्वरा मृत्युञ्जय विश्वेश्वरा मृत्युञ्जय विश्वेश्वरा ॐ नमो नारायणाय ॐ नमो नारायणाय ॐ नमो नारायणाय ॐ नमो अन्तर्यश्च बहिर्विधूततिमिरं ज्योतिर्मयं शाश्वतम् स्थानं प्राप्य विराजते विरमताम् अज्ञानमुन्मूलयन् पश्यन् विश्वमपीदमुल्लसति यो विश्वस्य पारे परः तस्मै श्रीरमणाय लोकगुरवे शोकस्य हन्त्रे नमः तस्मै श्रीरमणाय लोकगुरवे शोकस्य हन्त्रे नमः. Let us chant the first three verses together. कर्तुराज्ञया प्राप्यते फलम् कर्म किं परं कर्म तज्जडम् कृतिमहोदधौ पतनकारणम् फलमशाश्वतं गतिनिरोधकम् ईश्वरार्पितं नेच्छया कृतं चित्तशोधकं मुक्तिसाधकम् ईश्वरार्पितं नेच्छया कृतं चित्तशोधकं मुक्तिसाधकम् चित्तशोधकं मुक्तिसाधकम्. So Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi starts the text by pointing out the mistake we commit. What is the mistake we commit? Karma is considered param. We think that everything can be attained through action. What is Bhagavan saying? Action is not supreme. The one who empowers us to perform action, he alone is supreme. And who is he? Kartuhu, Ishvara, the Lord who has given us life, the Lord who has given us the abilities and talents, the instruments, the conducive environment where we can perform action. Such a Lord alone is supreme. So therefore, actions must be done as a worship of the Lord. So how should actions be done? Ishvara arpitam. Performing it as a worship means what? Performing action in order to please the Lord. Lord, all my abilities and talents belong to you, life belongs to you, so make this action be a worship of you to please you. So there is a voice of conscience. That voice we have to listen. And the more and more we listen to this voice of conscience, mind becomes pure. Why mind becomes pure? Mind becomes pure because there is a struggle. Wherever there is a struggle towards the higher, we become stronger. What is that entity which pulls us down? Our own likes and dislikes. Bhagavan's decision is always that which is good for the totality. But I like to do what is good only for me. Bhagavan Bhagavan's decisions are ego-effacing decisions, whereas my decision always will be ego-boosting decisions. You see, the two are two different things. So every time I go against my likes and dislikes, every time I listen to him and do what is right, there is a struggle. The reward for this struggle is purification of mind. Just like the reward for the struggle in a gym. What is the reward? Your physical muscles become strong. In the same way, the reward for the spiritual struggle is your spiritual muscles become strong. Mind becomes pure. And slowly as the mind becomes pure, in that pure mind, you are able to listen to the voice of God much more clearly. You are able to understand. You are able to decode His message. Listen to His voice. You are able to understand His guidance. These are all great benefits, not available for ordinary, extroverted, sensuous, materialistic people. Not available. As the mind becomes more and more pure, so many things get revealed to us. You clearly feel that you are not alone, there is somebody with you. And that somebody is omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent. No gain in this world can match this spiritual gain. Whatever you need starts coming from Him. You need strength, He will give you strength. You need solace, He will give you solace. You need inspiration, He will give you inspiration. You need material results, that also you will start seeing that it is coming to you. A time comes when a big problem is staring at you and you are smiling at that problem. Why are you smiling at that problem? I don't know how to handle this problem, but there is somebody with me who will empower me to handle this problem. Therefore, I am not scared. The one who has given me this responsibility will take me through this responsibility. All these benefits are available only to a devotee. Who is a devotee? The one who is devoted is a devotee. One who is devoted to God. What do you mean devoted to God? I will do what pleases God. Left to myself, I am nobody. But when I am with Him, and He empowers me, I can become anybody. Anything is possible. Left to myself, yes, I am a useless fellow. But with God, empowered by God, I can do anything. So that is what Hanumanji shows. That is the message of Sundarkand. Crossing the ocean, lifting the mountain, all that thing which Hanumanji does. That is the ideal way of living. So yesterday we were seeing the 4 Mahavakyas. What is the 4 Mahavakyas? Always remember this, okay? I am nothing, I know nothing, I have nothing, I can do nothing. Now a general query which comes is, Swamiji, isn't it a very pessimistic philosophy? I am nobody. What is the inspiration to live? I have nothing. What philosophy is this? See, there is a difference between humility and inferiority complex. An inferior person also uses the same language. I am a nobody, I can't do anything at all. Now, what is the difference between inferiority complex and humility? Both appear to be very similar. The difference is one is a virtue, the other is a vice. Humility is rooted in truth. The truth is, I am nothing. It's a truth. It's a fact of life. When you are in touch with the fact of life, then the virtue born out of it, it will only bless you. Humility is a virtue born out of being in touch with the fact of life. What about inferiority complex? So, a humble person will say, I am a nobody and everybody is a nobody. Nobody is a somebody. You understand? Everybody who has some power, it is coming from Bhagavan. Every one of us, we are saying. But what will an inferiority person, complexed person will say? I am a nobody, but he is a somebody. She is a somebody. Today I am a nobody, but tomorrow I will become a somebody. I am unhappy that I am a nobody. This is the language of inferiority complexed person. You see, when he is saying I am a nobody, he is referring to his ego. So inferiority complex and superiority complex, they are the two sides of the same coin, which is ego. That is why it is a vice. The very same person today who is saying I am a nobody, when he becomes rich, possessions, everything when he gets, then he starts feeling I am a somebody. Now, this understanding about himself is not rooted in truth. It is rooted in illusion called ego. That is why it is a vice. Clear? Humility is a virtue, inferiority complex is a vice. In the same way, self-confidence, born out of this fact that Bhagavan is residing in my heart, therefore I am worthy of respect. So this is called a self-respect. It is a virtue. Self-respect is a virtue. Whereas superiority complex is a vice. Both appear to be similar. Why superiority complex is a vice? It is born out of ego. Self-respect, it is not born out of ego, it is born out of the right understanding about life. And what is the right understanding? Bhagavan himself is residing in my heart, therefore this entity is respectful. Not only this entity is respectful, everyone is respect-worthy. So this has to be understood. They are all very subtle points. So therefore, humble person will say, I am nothing but by the grace of God, I can become anything. I know nothing but by the grace of Lord, I can know anything. You see? So it is not a very defeatist philosophy, sad philosophy, and not like, no. It is rooted in truth. Such a person exhibits tremendous amount of confidence, strength. That's what Hanumanji is. Right. So our life should be like that, to please our Creator. The more and more we please our Creator, the more and more we become in tune with the Creator. We know what He wants from us. His will becomes our will. And once His will become our will, we are automatically, mysteriously in tune with the cosmos, with the creation, in harmony with the creation. We have no problem with anything, being or situation. There is no tension, there is no worry, there is no anxiety, because I know If Bhagavan wants me to do certain thing, whatever is needed will come to me. I don't have to beg in front of others. No, it will come. Bhagavan, do you want me to do it? Yes, I know that. You will set the stage. That's what happens, like Bhagavan Krishna's birth. Where was he born? Jail. Now that baby had to be taken and put in another place. Another baby is there. That baby has to be brought. All those things. Gate was locked. There were a lot of guards. What happened at that time? Automatically chain snaps, gets unlocked, all those guards fall into sleep. Yamuna gives way. What is this? It simply means this. Bhagavan just paves the way for you to do it. It's a way. So it is not only happening in Krishna's life, it happens in everyone else. Most important thing is, what am I doing? Am I doing my will or his will? Be in tune with God, you will find that everything falls in place. Whatever you need at the right time, everything will come to you. You will never be given a responsibility which you can't handle. Then what happens? Life becomes very smooth. Life becomes stress-free. This is called intelligent living. Living, being in tune with God. So how intelligently am I living? How will I know? Look into your mind, see the stress content, tension content, all these parameters you see. If it's too much, know for sure you are on the wrong track. Correct yourself. If there's a smooth flow, perfect, you are on the track. Just like the train. If the train is on the track, very smooth movement. But the moment train goes out of the track, you immediately know. Isn't it? Even on the roads also. When the car is out of the road, kacha road, you know. But when it is on pakka road, you know. You see? In the same way. When you are in tune with Him, you know it. But this is the tapas we have to do. What is the tapas? Whatever I understand to be right, whatever I am convinced, let me do it. May not my life be decided by my likes and dislikes. May my life be decided by rights and wrongs. There may be certain areas where you are not very clear of what is right and what is wrong. At that time, sincerely pray to God. Intuitively, whatever you feel, do it. But as you grow in spirituality, as the intellect becomes bright and brilliant, as the mind becomes pure, so many areas which appear to be grey areas start becoming black and white for you, very clear. That comes over a period of time. But you don't have to worry about that. At present, whatever I am understood to be right, let me do it. That's how you should start. Ishwararpitam na ichchayapatam chittashodhakam muktisadhakam. Another topic which we have taken yesterday is understanding that when we are in tune with God, understand that He is doing everything through us. In fact, that's the truth. He alone is doing everything. But then Swamiji, yesterday, giving out Q&A, this question came up. The crime done by a criminal, is that also Bhagavan's will? So then we say, when a criminal is doing the crime, there is a voice from within which says, don't do it. You can't do a crime without getting the mind disturbed. Yes or no? The moment you walk the path of unrighteousness, the mind gets disturbed. That disturbance is an indication from God, don't do it. signal is from God, don't do it. And still if you are doing it, whose action it is? It is my action only. I cannot say it's God's action. I disobeyed God and did something. That cannot be God's action. That has to be my action only. When I am in tune with Him, He is inspiring, and then when I do, that is His action. So whatever good I am doing, that is His. Whatever bad I am doing, that is mine. It is very clear. You can't say, Bhagavan made me do this. Bhagavan did not make you. You did not listen to Him. You just did what you want to do, you like to do. That is not His action. That is your action. But as the ego slowly gets effaced, you will find that your will becomes in tune with His will. There is no difference. So then we say that personality is integrated. Such a person is called as Sthita Prajna. Prajna is Sthita, firm, clear. It is called as personality integration. So this is the essence of Karma Yoga. So what are the benefits of performing Karma Yoga? So now we have to see the difference between a Karmi and a Karma Yogi. The difference. Who is a Karmi? Karmi is a person who performs action for results. Karma Yogi is a person who performs actions to please the Lord. Now let us come back. With respect to quality of action, whose quality of action is better? Karmi or a Karma Yogi? Why? When a Karma Yogi does, his mind is peaceful. Because he is not worrying about the results. His mind is in the present. His mind is peaceful. His mind is in the present. When your mind is peaceful, best action comes out of you. Quality action comes out of you. Whereas, when the mind is tensed and worried, distracted, disturbed, inferior action comes out of you. Quality of action has something to do with the state of mind. What is the quality of your mind? Accordingly will be the quality of action. They are interrelated. When the mind is disturbed, even a simple story if you read, you will not be able to understand. Because mind is somewhere thinking something else. See? So, since a Karma Yogi's mind is focused, undisturbed, without distraction, concentrated, naturally the result also will have to be good. Quality action will have to produce quality results. So even at a materialistic level also, Karma Yogi is at a very high advantage. Yes or no? With respect to materialistic result, Karma cannot compare Karma. Karma is far advanced. Again, with respect to state of mind, while performing action is not his peace. After getting the result, also a Karma Yogi's mind is at peace. While performing action, he is doing it as a worship of the Lord, no tension, no worry, mind is peaceful. After getting the result, why is his mind peaceful? Bhagavan Prasad. Whatever I get. If whatever it has come, that means it has come from you. And if it has come from you, that is the right thing which I deserve. I don't know what I deserve. You know what I deserve. And you have given me the right. Yes. Cheerful acceptance. Whatever it is. So after result also his mind is at peace. So throughout the day his mind is at peace. What about a Karmi? While performing action, disturbance. After getting result, disturbance. If you get better result, party. If you get inferior result, again, drink and forget the salt. Both way drink is must. You see, what a pathetic life it is. I want some excuse to drink. So therefore, Happiness means drink. Sorrow means drown in drink. In short, miserable life. You can't compare a karmi yogi with a karmi. No way. Now this discussion is important because many times people think, oh, how can I perform action without expecting result? And people think that no, karma yogi is like a donkey. He's just carrying load. Where is he carrying? He doesn't know. Why is he carrying? He doesn't know. He's just doing it without expecting result. That is not karma yogi. You cannot perform action without expecting a result. Even a karma yogi expects a result. What is the result? Purity of mind, relationship with God, faith in God, progress in spirituality, liberation. He has a result. His result is not material result. His result is spiritual result. Keeping eye upon spiritual progress he is putting forth effort. Yes. I want to improve my relationship with God day by day, action by action. This is his inspiration. I want to be a good child of God. He should love me. I should ever receive his love and affection. I should be in his good books. You see? This is a desire. Of course. So every struggle he does it. You know how the dog is trained? Bunty, sit down. The fellow sits. Biscuit is. Bunty gets a biscuit. Then Bunty knows sits. My master is happy. What is that? Bang bang. Bang bang. The fellow likes. One more biscuit. So many things you make dog do. How does it know that my master is happy? Biscuit. In the same way, Bhagavan also gives. When you do the right thing, there is a peace, a sense of fulfillment. Yes or no? When you have done fasting, and you did fasting properly, without cheating, then there is a sense of fulfillment. You won't fake it. In between, if you have done something, you don't get that fulfillment. Correct? If you have done it, you know it. It is true in every field. There is an inexplicable spiritual joy you experience when you have done what need to be done. Whenever there is a compromise, there is a subtle guilt. So that sense of fulfillment is the biscuit. He also trains us like dog. So, this is how a karmi yogi lives. And very soon he becomes free from all kinds of defects of karma. What are the defects of karma? Number one, action is limited, therefore result is limited. Yes. Since he is not doing for result, so that doesn't apply for him. Results are uncertain. Therefore, tension, worry, that is also not applicable for him because he is not working for result. Number three, when you are working for result, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Madhamatsarya, this doesn't touch him because he is not working for results. Again, result-oriented action will lead to Ragadvesha, addiction. Since he is not working for it, there is no addiction. He wins over Ragadvesha. Again, since he is not performing anything to desire some material thing, he becomes liberated from birth to death cycle also. Because there is no desire unfulfilled. So this way he becomes free from all defects of action. This is how we must learn to perform action. This is Karma Yoga way of living. Now, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi talks about Bhakti Yoga and various practices in Bhakti Yoga, especially puja, japa and dhyana. Let us see what Bhagavan says. Verse number 4. Kayavamanaha karyamuttamam pujanam japaschintanam kramat Kayavamanaha karyamuttamam pujanam japaschintanam kramat. Yes. What sadhana need to be done in developing bhakti for the Lord? So, Kaya, Vak, Manaha. We have been given 3 instruments by the Lord. What are the 3 instruments? Kaya, physical body. Vak, speech. Manaha, mind. Kramat Uttamam. These are the 3. What are they? Pujanam, Japa, Chitta. At the physical body, what is the sadhana? Puja. Speech level, what is the sadhana? Japa. Mind level, what is the sadhana? Chintanam, meditation, contemplation. And they are Kramat Uttamam. Kramat Uttamam means what? First one is puja. Higher than puja is japa. Higher than japa is dhyana, chitta. So, higher means what? Start first with puja. That's the starting point. Something which can be done by everybody. It is easy. It is like riding a tricycle. There is no scope to fall at all. 3 wheels are there. Whatever circus you do, you will not fall. Bicycle is little difficult. You need balance. Tricycle is easy. 3 supports are there. So in puja also 3 supports are there. What are the support? Body is there, speech is there, and mind is there. So there is something to do. Some ritual is there. Some chanting is there. And to meditate, there is a form also. Easy. When you become an adept in it, go to the next stage. The next stage, japa. What support is gone? So that is bicycle. One tire is gone. In japa, physically you don't have anything to do. It is only speech and the mind. Once you become a master in that, go to the next stage. Go to the next stage, single tire cycle. Circus people do it. That needs tremendous balance. What is that? Chintanam. There is no japa also, there is no puja also, only mind. To the extent your mind is under your control, you can effectively, efficiently think about the Lord without any external support. Kramat Uttama. So when we say puja, generally we talk about the Shodashopasara puja. 16 steps. So what is the essence of that step? Many times we wonder what is happening. You see, the concept is very simple. In the Shodashopasara puja, the concept is Bhagavan is visiting your home. He is a guest now. Treat that guest properly. That's all what this puja means. And finally, when everything is over, send him back. That is the essence of this Shodashopasara puja. So Bhagavan is coming. Let us say Vishnu Bhagavan is coming. Where he has to come from? Vaikuntha Loka. Such a long distance he has to come. So what is the first thing you have to do? Wash his feet. Make him sit down first. Asanam samarpayami. Wash his feet. Vakyam samarpayami. Give something to drink. This is what we do with guests also, isn't it? But he's full of sweat and all that. Okay, Snaniyam Samarpayami. Then what? Vastram Samarpayami. Then Chandana Kumkum, everything you put. Now he's hungry also. Nivedyam Nivedayami. Now what you have to do? You have to make him happy also. What is the best way to make him happy? Praise him. Anybody becomes happy when they are praised. But Bhagavan deserves praising. We don't deserve any praise. Okay? That's a difference. So that is called as Rajopacharan Samarpayami. Haryopachara. Geetam, all these things. And finally, Bhagavan, thank you very much. Now you can go back. Vaikuntha responsibilities are waiting for you. Come tomorrow. That's all what this puja is. For a beginner, it is very easy. See, if you want to introduce a child into spirituality, such a beautiful thing, yes or no? Everybody gets involved, the entire family gets involved. My Naivedyam is there. Amma also has to get involved. She has to cook something. Children can get involved. Hey, pluck some flowers and come here to do puja. That's nice to be. Entire family. What a nice thing. And slowly the child sees father doing everything. And finally Mangalarti is there where all family members come together. And then after that, whatever Naivedyam is offered is taken as prasadam. The whole family, it is said that the family which prays together stays together. You see? So Bhagavan is made the center of that house. Bhagavan, you are the owner, we are tenants. The whole environment changes when there is a puja. When Prana Pratishtha is done, the assumption is Bhagavan is staying there only, he is not going and coming. Then that is Prana Pratishtha. Then regular puja has to be done. Can't stop it. And slowly when you do it, a time comes whenever you are disturbed, you go to that puja room, sit for just 2 minutes you are going. Because every time you are imagining that God is coming, sitting there, He is there. You start imagining it, and that imagination slowly becomes a reality for you. You just sit in that puja room. In that puja room, nothing else should be there. It is not a storeroom. One corner, Bhagavan is there, another corner, all useless things are put. Then Bhakti will not come. That room has to be only for spirituality, God-related thing. To the extent you can keep it sacred and divine, you will start feeling His presence. But just go there, it's quiet. So this puja is a beautiful thing to introduce small children into this path of spirituality. And slowly what happens? When the mind becomes sufficiently pure, you can go to the next stage. What is the next stage? Japa. Now Bhagavan himself is going to describe what is puja, what is japa, and what is dhyana. Now, see the definition of puja according to Bhagavan. Now this is the highest definition. Let us see. Next one. So, what is puja? Verse number 5. Jagat Ishadhi Yukta Sevanam.
Jagat Ishadhi Yukta Sevanam.
Ashtamurti Bhrad Deva Pujanam.
Ashtamurti Bhrad Deva Pujanam.
Jagat Ishadhi Yukta Sevanam. Ashtamurti Bhrad Deva Pujanam.
Ashtamurti Bhrad Deva Pujanam.
Yes, this is where our puja has to culminate. Starting point may be Murti Puja. In the beginning you have a Murti, some Ishta Devata, and you are doing worship. That is fine. It is very easy for a beginner. It is emphasized. But slowly, slowly you have to grow out of that murti. Don't get stuck and get suffocated in that murti. Many times this happens. People become fanatic. This is the danger of murti puja. Everything has its plus and minus. The plus is, it is very easy. The minus is, slowly you become so attached to your murti, your form, your Ishta Devata, that you start hating somebody else's thing. My God is superior, yours is inferior. My God is more powerful, yours is not that powerful. In India, so many fights happen. Vaishnavites and Shaivites. Who is supreme? Shiva or Vishnu? And the stories are also there. Fight. Fanaticism cannot be accepted. Slowly a time must come when you have to go beyond the form. That is why all these festivals, in the end, what do? They immerse that form. Navaratri, 9 days you worship Durga. After that, Saraswati, Lakshmi, Durga, finally that form is immersed. Correct? What is the meaning? Such a beautiful form, huh? So much of which is immersed. The idea is this, now you go beyond form. Just like in the pole vault, you make use of the pole to rise higher, finally drop the pole. Drop the form, enter into formless. Ganesha Chaturthi also will do the same. Ganesha festival. The form is immersed. So this puja, where should it culminate? That is what Bhagavan says. Deva Pujanam. The final stage is Jagata Sevanam should become Deva Pujanam. Jagata Ishadhiyukta Sevanam. Serving the world with this attitude that I am serving Bhagavan himself. This world itself is the form of Bhagavan. Then that is real worship. This stage we have to go. Ashtamurti Bhrit Bhagavan. Bhagavan is Ashtamurti Bhrit. Bhrit means the holder. A holder of Ashtamurti, 8 forms. What are the 8 forms? 5 elements. Then sun, moon and Jivatma. Living beings. 5 elements. What are the 5 elements? Akasha, space, Vayu, air, Agni, fire, Jala, water, Prithvi. 5 elements. Plus sun, that which has its own light. Moon, that which reflects light. And then 8th one is Jivatma, the living beings. Ashtamurti Bhrit, Bhagavan is the one who supports all of them. So what is this world? World is nothing but Ashtamurti. And who is Bhagavan? Ashtamurti Bhrit is Bhagavan. So live such a life in such a way that you are serving everyone, not having any ill feeling towards anyone. Because whatever you are seeing, whomever you are meeting is none other than Bhagavan himself. Then that is the highest worship. Puja should culminate here. It's very interesting. I have no right to entertain any ill feeling towards anyone, even though it may seem justified. Very interesting. The The moment you start hating a person, what happens to your mind? Peaceful or disturbed? But Swamiji, that person is like that. That person may be any type. The moment you start hating a person, look at your mind. Mind is disturbed. And disturbance of mind means what? Bhagavan is not happy with you. Simple. This is called as worship of Bhagavan. I have no right to hate anyone, dislike anyone. If I do that, Bhagavan is not happy. Swamiji, how to cultivate that? I know I should not dislike, but such people are there in my life, Swamiji. Unknowingly I dislike. I cannot but dislike. Such personalities will be there in everybody's life. And many times such people are there in your own home only. And they are very healthy also. They will remain with you. Such people will teach you proper lesson. They will never go away anywhere. That is deliberately planted by God. Okay? Such people. Have you seen the rocks near the riverbed and all that? They are all very polished. How did that polishing happen? Two rocks with sharp corners, they are made to rub against each other. And finally both of them become polished. In the same way. Personalities with sharp edges, they are put together. And Bhagavan is a tin. There is no lid for the tin. Both of them are put and cut. Sometimes two round fables come out. So many times we ourselves don't know where our personalities are sharp. You see, many times we give pain to others not knowing that we are giving pain. We are not sensitive enough. So then somebody else comes to polish it. Anybody who is disturbing you, bow down to that person in your mind. He is your guru. Guru. There is a lot of things to learn from such people who disturb you. From peaceful people, there is nothing much to learn. At that time, remember this verse. Jagata Ishathi Yukta Seva. Serve that person who is disturbing you. And take it as a challenge. I will not get disturbed with this person. It is a challenge. If he has disturbed me, that means I am weak. He has won. I have lost. I will not allow this person to take away my peace of mind. This is my sadhana. That person may be speaking taunting words, angry words, disturbing words, but I will speak only sweet words. I will do only good. I will think only good about that person. I will do only that which is good for him, his welfare. Take this up. You will leap through the ladders of spirituality there. Not crawl. Such personalities, they are the dumbbells of life. It may appear that they are resisting you, but actually they are assisting you. Helping you become strong. Spiritual muscles develop. Cotton bags are useless. You need some iron stuff. You see? Jagata Sevanam, Deva Pujanam. And mysteriously you will find that the moment you have learned to handle a person, what is the proof that you have learned the right lesson? That person's presence or absence doesn't make any difference. That is a sign that you have learned the lesson. And remember, as long as you have not learned the lesson, such personalities will keep coming to you in different forms. The world is designed to teach us lesson. The world is designed that there is no accident here. That is the meaning. Jagata Ishadhi Yukta. Not just Jagata Sevanam, Ishadhi Yukta Sevanam. If there is a world in front of me, there is something for me to learn. If there is a person in my life, there is something which I have to learn from him or her. If there is a situation which I am facing, there is something to learn. The best way is, let me learn the lesson as early as possible. Instead of trying to avoid the situation, bypass the situation. Difficult people actually teach us a lot of values. Every calamity is an opportunity. It is true. Otherwise life just goes meaningless. Nothing happens. Difficult situations really make us evolve. Jagata Ishadhi Yukta Sevanam Ashtamurti Bhrit Deva Pujanam. This is real puja. Now comes Japa. What does Bhagavan say about Japa? Verse number 6. Chittajam japa dhyanamuttamam. Uttamastavaducchamandatah. Chittajam japa dhyanamuttamam. Yes. So puja is almost like karma yoga. There is no difference. If you see the third verse and fifth verse, there is no much difference at all. Karma yoga itself is a puja of the Lord. Now comes the topic of japa. So what is Bhagavan saying? There are so many levels in japa also. What is the first level? Uttamastavanam. Uttama here means Bhagavan. Stotram chanting. That is called as Stavana. Vishnu Sahasranama, Lila Sahasranama. That chanting. But compared to that, even higher is Ucca Japa. Take one name. Instead of 1,000 names, take one name. Nothing wrong in doing Vishnu Sahasranama and all that, but there should be a personal mantra. One mantra which you will go on repeating all the time. One Ishta Devata mantra has to be. And how it should be chanted? Ucca Japa, loudly. So compared to Stotram chanting, Japa is better. Ucca Japa means loud. Parashruti Gochara. You are able to hear, others are also able to hear. That is called Ucha Japa. Higher than Ucha Japa is Manda Japa. Manda Japa means you are chanting your whisper. Only you are able to hear. Manda Japa. Even higher is Chittajam Japa. In the mind you are chanting. In the mind. Bhagavan says this chanting in the mind is literally dhyanam itself uttamam. So kramat uttamam. Stotram, ucha japa, manda japa, chittajam japa. Now, which mantra is the most powerful mantra? Because since you have to chant, let us take the best. Which mantra? For japa, which is the most powerful mantra? Om. What else? Rama Rama Hare Hare. Kaliyuga mantra. Hare Rama 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 Hare. What else? See, 10 people will have 10 different mantras. Because everywhere they say, this is the most powerful mantra. The answer to this question is, mantra by itself is not powerful. Where should the power come from? It should come from me. Because aham brahma asmi. Mantra by itself has no power. You infuse power from yourself. How do you infuse power into that mantra? By constant repetition. By your sadhana. By your abhyasa. When you go on chanting a mantra, that mantra becomes powerful for you because you have put forth effort. Exactly like a magnet is there, a piece of iron is there, you go on rubbing that piece of iron. What happens to that iron? Gets magnetized. Just by keeping near, nothing happens. So you go on working, go on chanting slowly. A time comes when that mantra becomes very powerful for you. Even in your dream, when some bad dream you see, immediately this mantra comes. And suddenly that bad dream goes away. A time comes when ajapa happens. Consciously you are not chanting, but at the back of the mind the chanting goes on. Subconscious mind, this mantra settles. Whatever you go on repeating, that becomes your habit. That becomes your nature. So there should be one mantra which you have to go on practice. Any mantra is fine. According to your Ishtadevata, one mantra has to be there, which you regularly chant. Similarly, one Ishtadevata has to be there. These are all easy. It becomes, your sadhana becomes easy. All great Mahatmas had one Ishta mantra and one Ishtadevata, isn't it? The moment you say Tulsidas, who comes in your mind? Mirabai, Ramakrishna Paramasa. You can't say Ramakrishna Paramasa, Krishna. Take one, dedicate your life for it. Then it's like digging a well. One place you choose, then go on. 10 feet here, 10 feet there, 10 feet. So that is not digging a well. It is called farming. In the beginning you can do some God shopping, but finally settle at one place. So choose one mantra, go on chanting. Now the question is, when should we do Ucha Japa? Loud Japa. When the mind is extremely disturbed, when the mind is very noisy, then do Ucha Japa loudly. Close yourself in one room and then shout. It works. Ucha Japa. You see, exactly like the changing of gear. Not in a gearless vehicle, in a gearful vehicle. So when do you change gear? When you see a hill, immediately from 4 you come down to 1. Now the going will be slow, but to climb it is okay. In the same way, there are times when there is an uphill, especially when the mind is tamasic. It is not showing any interest in doing any sadhana. Then that means you are in that gear of mode. There are times when, especially early morning and all, meditation becomes very smooth, effortless. Then go in gear 4. So depending upon the mood of the mind, you must have different gears also. Ucca Japa is gear 1 mode. It helps. Noisy mind becomes silent. Because when the mind is noisy, create another noise to overpower that noise. That is Ucca Japa. When the mind is too noisy, it is not ready. And use the speech to subdue the inner noise. Ucca Japa. But slowly as the mind has subdued, change the gear to Manda Japa. Slowly go towards Chittajam Japa. It is not that 5 minutes Ucca Japa, 5 minutes Manda Japa. It is not minutes. You see what is happening to you. As the mind becomes sattvic, then loud Japa is not needed. Loud Japa becomes a disturbance. As the mind becomes more and more subtle, more and more sattvic, filled with devotion and dispassion, then noise is not necessary. Slowly it enters into Chittajam Japa. And then it enters into Dhyanam. A time comes when you don't have to chant, just remain silent. Even chanting becomes a disturbance. But then those are the final moments. But now, this japa will be effective provided you have developed a relationship with God. A love relationship is necessary for this technique to function efficiently. That is why first puja was taught. Then japa. Many times when relationship is not developed, when I chant Bhagavan's name, it appears as though I am chanting a stranger's name. When you chant a stranger's name, nothing will happen. But suppose you are chanting your beloved's name, whom you love so much. Then, and 1 or 2 taking that name is enough. Immediately you are set into a groove. The moment you chant his name, that relationship is invoked. This is another point. Always have a relationship with God. A particular relationship should be entertained again and again. Ramakrishna Paramasa, what was his relationship? I am a child of mother. What was Mirabai's relationship? He is my husband. Arjuna's relationship? He is my friend. You see, everybody has a relationship. Tulsidas ji considered Rama as his master and his servant. So some relationship has to be taken. You have to work on. That is very good to develop an emotional connect with God. Otherwise, spiritual sadhana becomes very dry. When you meditate on consciousness without such emotional relationship, it becomes very dry meditation. Bhakti is very important. So when you chant that name, that relationship comes into picture. And then you will always find that whatever relationship you have kept with God, God starts answering your prayer through that relationship. That's what he does. Whatever problems you are facing, he will answer it through that relationship. So therefore there is a sweet relationship. So the moment you chant Bhagavan's name, heart is filled with love for God. That personality is taken care. Very important. Emotional personality has to be taken care. As you are chanting that name, heart is filled with devotion. Such a heart is called a lotus heart. You must have seen this. Hridaya Kamala. In scriptures, this usage is very common. Why heart is compared to a lotus? Lotus has got two states, distinct and distinct. But in this state, when sun has not risen, birds are closed. Narrow-minded, narrow heart, no devotion at all. That is like this. But when the sun appears, that very same lotus fully blossomed, that is a joyous devotional heart. You see? That is not a spiritual heart. Such a heart has to be cultivated. Many times we get so stuck up in this Vedanta study. Swamiji, I am the observer. Thoughts comes. Manasam taki mark nahi karte, nahi ho manasam, nahi kuch na. You understand? I am the witness. Swamiji, I am the witness. The whole world is an illusion. I am the only one real. Oh, sit there. Dry fellow. It comes out very dry. Spiritual people become dry. People get scared. Oh, if this is Vedanta, better I don't want Vedanta. No emotion or indifference. What is that? Everything is mithya. Mithya. Sometimes they say, Swamiji, before entering Vedanta, I was far better. No, whatever little emotion is there, that is also dried up. What happened? Swamiji, Vedanta. You have to be very careful, especially study group members. Or a hair-splitting argument. And the whole discussion became very dry. People will come, why did I come here? They stop coming. They don't tell you the reason. They give some excuse. I'm very busy. After every study class, people should come back to their home joyful, cheerful. Yes, today's 1 hour session was so beautiful. That is the responsibility of the study group leader to ensure that such a discussion happens. The moment you find that discussion become dry, immediately add masala. What is masala? Bhakti is a masala. Arre, make it joyful. So bhakti is very, very important. In Bhagavatam, bhakti is the mother. Jnana, Vairagya, they are children, sons, 2 sons. Jnana is not just gathering information. Jnana means knowledge. Knowledge is experiential knowledge. That is knowledge. Something which you directly experience. And what has to be experienced? Ananda has to be experienced. Satchit Ananda. Joy. Fulfilling joy. Cheerful joy. Not dry. When the mind is not thinking of sense objects, no doubt there is peace, but it is a dry peace. See, there are 2 types of peace. When the mind is in sense object, it is disturbed. When the mind is not indulging in sense object, that disturbance of the sense object is not there. So there is a peace, but it is a dry connects to God, real joy. Fulfilling joy. That is called as knowledge. Knowledge has to be associated with Ananda. Absence of dukkha alone is not Ananda. Positive experience of sukha is Ananda. And that happens only when you connect to God with your entire personality, emotional personality, intellectual personality, everything should come together. And that is true spirituality. So we are talking of japa. So as you are chanting Bhagavan's name, heart should become filled with love for God, because there are so many moments where in life you did not know how to handle the situation, and then you said, Bhagavan save me, and something happens. All those moments you must reflect. How many ways He had strengthened you, inspired you, consoled you, empowered you. Those moments. So in this process you have developed a relationship. That relationship is important. And when you are chanting that name is not some random name. It is a relationship. A deep, intense relationship. Somebody is always with you, loving you, taking care of you, concerned about you, unconditionally loving you. Such a Bhagavan's name I am chanting. Then you will find that you will start moving from Ucha Japa, then Manda Japa, then Chitta Japa. Slowly you become silent outward and joyful inward. And that bliss is so high that now you don't want to talk. You just want to remain silent. Uttamam. Then you are entering into dhyana avastha. You have become fit for dhyanam, meditation. But suppose you live a life totally divorced from God, full of likes and dislikes, then what will happen? After Ucha Japa, you will get tired. Then also there is a silence. That silence is a silence of sushupti, not samadhi. Ucha Japa tires you. If properly I have not developed my relationship with God, then meditation becomes very dry. It is exactly like a son who never obeys his father, listens to his father. Now he comes home. Father is there, and he is sitting next to father also. Father has no love for son because he doesn't obey. Both of them are together, but there is a dry silence. Yes or no? Physically they are together, but son, how are you? Fine. How are you? Fine. Both are. Because our relationship is not there. Because this fellow is totally disobedient. In the same way, you sit with closed eyes. All scriptures are studied. Consciousness is God, Brahmasmi, you know everything, but you sit, nothing happens. Why? In your day-to-day living, you never obeyed Him. You are living a life of likes and dislikes. This is what happens in majority of the dry silence. That is why all these initial stages are very important. Karma yoga, Ishvara Vidam, Naichaya Vidam. Living a life for God, pleasing God, sacrificing my likes and dislikes for God. And this is called a Sharanagati. Yesterday I told you. Surrender to God means what? Doing what He wants me to. Then the relationship grows. This path in bhakti is agre vishamiva pariname amrutopama. Agre, it is like visham, poison. Because you are going against your likes and dislikes. That's the most painful thing. Doing thing which you don't like. Not doing thing which you like. That's the most painful thing. That is the initial visham, poison. But over a period of time, that very same visham becomes amrutam. It is like eating gooseberry. You know that nellikai? Avla. First is bitter, but slowly that bitter becomes sweet. Bhakti is like that. Giving up the ego, giving up likes and dislikes, not painful. But that struggle is rewarded. That struggle becomes the sweetness later. But if you have not struggled in the beginning, then don't expect any sweetness in the end. Intelligently living life, dedicated to God, is absolutely essential. Uttamastava uchchanandata chittajam java dhyanamatam. Now, one more thing has to be discussed here. Many times people say, Swamiji, I chant Brahma Center, there is no peace of mind. See, there is something called mechanical mind and there is something called conscious mind. So when you are doing japa, ensure that your conscious mind is doing japa, not the mechanical mind. What do you mean by mechanical mind? It is possible that you are chanting the name, but your conscious mind is worrying about something. Then what will you experience? You will always experience that which your conscious mind does. Always. Many times when we are doing japa, mechanical mind is doing japa out of habit. This person knows maybe Vishnu Sahasranama by heart. On one side Vishnu Sahasranama is going on, the other side mind is thinking. Generally after some time, Vishnu Sahasranama becomes so easy and effortless that you stop thinking about it. It is just going on. It is so okay. Mind is busy worrying something else. So then don't blame Vishnu Sahasranama. Mind has to be in God. Even if you just pay attention to the name, you will find that mind becomes peaceful. So how to ensure that mind doesn't wander? That is where this Japamala comes into picture. What is the need of Japamala? It is to ensure that mind doesn't wander. So how to make use of it? Chant Bhagavan's name. Ask yourself this question. Did my mind listen to that name? Yes, protect. Chant. Question. Yes, so what will happen? The moment mind goes somewhere, this stops. When this stops, I become aware. Any gross movement is detectable. Mind wandering is very difficult to detect. That is where Japamala comes into picture. No, Swamiji. Ekamukhi or Panchamukhi? Which? They say, which is, Ekamukhi is powerful, it seems. Very costly also. The question is, where is your mukha? Towards God or towards the world? Ekamukhi, single pointed attention to God is what is necessary, not what your Rudraksha is. Even plastic beads are like, okay. The point is, where is your mind? We are more interested in all these kind of things. What kind of asana, what kind of japamala, what kind of dress. in which direction. Main thing is, what is your mind doing? If your mind is alright, everything is alright. Right. Now we enter into dhyana part that we will see tomorrow. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhave Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Guru